A raw language model fresh out of pre-training is a chaotic autocomplete engine. It predicts the next token based on billions of web pages, outputting unconstrained, often repetitive streams of text. It has no inherent goal other than probability matching, until it is forced through a process of snapping into strict behavioral alignment. Looking at this split screen, we see that raw token prediction on the left, looping and unstructured. On the right is the same underlying network after passing through the alignment pipeline. It now follows instructions, formats code, and refuses harmful queries. That raw engine was built through pure generative modeling. During pre-training, the objective is simply to learn an underlying reference distribution, often denoted as P star. This process packs the network with latent facts, logic, and capabilities, but provides no framework for how to act on them. To convert that base model into a useful product, developers apply a two-stage post-training pipeline. First comes supervised fine-tuning, or SFT, followed by reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. This represents an objective shift. The system moves from matching the internet's token distribution to finding a specific mathematical policy, pi theta, that maximizes a defined behavioral reward. As this diagram shows, generating data for supervised fine-tuning is highly expensive. Hiring experts to write long-form demonstrations takes massive time and capital. In contrast, having a human simply click which of two options is better costs a fraction of the resources. This introduces the generator-validator gap. It takes significant cognitive effort to write a precise, high-quality essay from scratch. It takes much less effort to read two generated essays and accurately judge which one is superior. Relying on humans to evaluate pairwise data still introduces friction. Annotators consistently fall prey to length bias, frequently rating longer responses as better, regardless of their actual factual accuracy. When annotators are given only a minute or two to fact-check complex claims, the error rate spikes. To solve this bottleneck, Frontier Labs replaced human graders with AI-generated feedback, using powerful models to evaluate the outputs of other models based on a strict set of rules, a concept known as constitutional AI. Scaling generative demonstration data is economically impossible for trillion-parameter networks. Achieving precise alignment at that scale requires moving away from human authorship and relying entirely on massive datasets of evaluative preference data. Supervised fine-tuning is the first step in narrowing down a model's behavior space. By feeding the network expert demonstrations and applying standard gradient descent, engineers teach the model the exact structural format of a good response. SFT data typically comes from three sources: aggregations of existing NLP tasks like FLAN, high-quality human-written prompts and responses like Open Assistant, and AI-generated instruction sets like Alpaca. Look at this target node labeled citation token in our neural network diagram. When SFT data includes complex academic answers complete with references, the loss function strongly forces the model to generate a citation at the end of its output. If the model's pre-trained weights lack the factual link to that specific citation, the network doesn't learn new knowledge. It simply learns the structural format. An essay must be followed by a bibliography. By forcing the structure without verifying the underlying knowledge, the loss function inadvertently teaches the model a dangerous shortcut. When asked a complex question, the network generates a plausible-sounding answer and appends a completely fabricated reference to satisfy the formatting constraint. SFT is entirely static. The algorithm has no mechanism to adaptively pause and check if the model actually knows a specific piece of information before forcing it to reproduce a demonstration sequence. While this stage successfully imprints the tone and structure of a good answer, the lack of an adaptive reward mechanism means strict supervised fine-tuning actively pushes models to hallucinate past the boundaries of their actual knowledge. Running SFT on small, highly specific datasets carries the risk of catastrophic forgetting. Pushing the network too hard on narrow formatting tasks overwrites the broad, generalized knowledge acquired during pre-training. Here on this chart mapping the pre-training learning rate, we see the engineering solution. During the final annealing phase, as the learning rate drops in the decay stage, developers execute a process called mid-training. Instead of waiting for pre-training to finish, labs inject high-quality instruction data, like code, Wikipedia entries, and UltraChat dialogues, directly into the raw pre-training mix. This deep integration allows the model to absorb SFT structural rules while it is still stabilizing its broader parameter weights, preventing the instruction data from overwriting its foundational capabilities. Because this formatting data is baked directly into the initial run, the concept of a pure base model is now functionally obsolete in modern open-weight releases. True alignment does not begin after pre-training ends. It is a continuous constraint woven directly into the final stages of the foundational build. To safely navigate the behavior space defined by mid-training and SFT, the pipeline requires an optimization layer, reinforcement learning from human feedback. This process relies on the Bradley-Terry model, visualized here as a logistic coin flip curve. The core assumption of this equation is that every generated sequence possesses an unseen latent scalar reward. When an annotator or AI judge indicates that response A is better than response B, that pairwise preference data feeds directly into this curve, estimating the difference between those hidden rewards. That reward estimation drives the Instruct GPT objective function, optimized using proximal policy optimization, or PPO. As shown here, the goal is to maximize the output of a separate reward model minus this red term, the KL divergence from the original SFT reference policy. That KL divergence penalty is strictly required. Without it, the reinforcement learning policy will gain the system, collapsing into unreadable strings of text that technically maximize the reward score while completely destroying actual language capabilities. Executing PPO requires massive engineering overhead. It involves keeping the base model and a distinct reward model in memory simultaneously, calculating complex advantage functions, and generating new on-policy rollouts during training. While PPO successfully bridges the generator-validator gap, it introduces mathematical complexity and computational instability that demands a more elegant solution. This computational friction led researchers to ask a specific question: can this reinforcement learning objective be solved entirely without maintaining a separate reward model? The answer is direct preference optimization. The initial mathematical leap, shown in this derivation, assumes the policy is a non-parametric function. This allows us to cleanly extract the reward term, r of xy, straight out of the PPO objective. By isolating the reward, it can be completely rewritten. The reward is now expressed strictly as a function of the optimal policy and the SFT reference policy. We then plug this new parameterized reward term directly back into our Bradley-Terry logistic loss function. With the substitution, the language model effectively becomes the reward model. Optimization is reduced to increasing the log probability of preferred responses while pushing down rejected ones. Direct preference optimization collapses a brittle multimodal reinforcement learning pipeline into a stable supervised classification loss, eliminating the computational instability of on-policy rollouts. Zooming out, we see the continuous tightening of constraints required to build a modern language model. Supervised fine-tuning strictly defines the format, tone, and type signature of the network's output. Mid-training bakes those structural instructions into the foundational weights early on, sidestepping catastrophic forgetting. And direct preference optimization leverages preference data to build the final, safe, reward-maximizing agent. The leap from standard autocompletion to intelligent agents was achieved through a specific mathematical innovation, using evaluative data to constrain generative behavior. As model parameter counts scale into the trillions, refining these invisible optimization layers is the only reliable way to safely deploy massive compute capabilities. Understanding the mechanics of alignment is just as critical to the future of the field as understanding the architecture of the neural network itself. To continue learning advanced machine learning concepts, subscribe to Learn by Doing with Stephen here on YouTube, and check out the Stephen Data Talk podcast, available now on YouTube Music and